Bo Roberts right now in the barrel.
Has anybody in here ever milked a cow?
Or a chicken?
We got a couple that knows how to milk a cow. Well, I was raised in Arkansas, and one of my chores every morning was to go down and milk this cow before we got ready for school. And we would take turns getting up in the morning. We had an old pot-bellied stove. And we would have to build a fire in it, you know, and I'd warm my hands real good, and I'd put my bucket over my arm, stick my hands in my pockets, and by the time I got down in the barn, I'd get old Bessie's head up in the stall and lock her in. I'd set my stool up, I'd throw my bucket underneath her, and I'd reach down and grab her, and instead of mooing, she would ooh, you know. 4:30 in the morning, them warm hands, and I spoiled this old cow. One morning I didn't have a chance. I was running late, so I didn't get to warm my hands. And I got down to the barn, I got old Bessie's head up there and got her locked in the stall, and I set my stool down, and I threw my bucket underneath her. I reached down and grabbed her, and she kicked the hell out of me with her right hind leg and knocked me right off the stool. I said, well, I'll fix you. So I got me a piece of rope, and I tied it around that right hind leg, and pulled it over there pretty good, and I tied it to a pole over there on the right-hand side. I set my stool back up and threw my bucket underneath her, and I reached down and I grabbed her again. She kicked the hell out of me with her left hind leg. I said, well, I'll fix you. So I got me another piece of rope. I tied it around that left-hand leg, and I pulled it over there, and I tied it to a post on the left-hand side. I set my stool up, throwed my bucket back up underneath her, and I thought, now kick me. I reached down, and I grabbed her again. She come upside my head with a tail full of kookaburras. I said, well, I've had all this. I'm going to stand. So I got me another piece of rope. I got around behind her, and I tied one end of it to tied a rope around the end of her tail, and I got up on my stool, and I threw the other end of the rope up over a rafter. And I got that tail cinched up there real good, and I was just getting ready to tie it off, and my dad walked around the corner of the barn. And to this day, I have not convinced that man I was trying to milk that cow. That's country. That's bad country right there. I don't care who you are. He lived in a shack by the Mississippi River where he spent most all of his time. Hunting and a fishing and a scratching out a living and drinking his homemade wine. He said, son, it don't take that much for a man to get by. If a man don't set his goals all that high. If I didn't like doing everything I've been doing, then I wouldn't be doing it today. I've never let the power of an almighty dollar or a job get in my way. It may sound a little bit strange, but to me money don't mean a thing. Son, the best things in life I find are free. I've got the moonlight dancing on the water. I got a whippoorwill to sing me to sleep. I've got an old pot-bellied stove to keep me warm when I'm cold. No need for electricity. Got a rocking chair rocking on my front porch. Got an old hound dog to keep me company. I got everything I want, all I'll ever need. Son, the best things in life I find are free. He passed away in the year of '03, and he died with a smile on his face. I bet you right now he's sitting on a riverbank whistling Amazing Grace. He was my hero, and to this very day I swear I can still hear Grandpa say, I got the moonlight dancing on the water, I got a whippoorwill to sing me to sleep, I got an old pot-bellied stove to keep me warm when I'm cold. No need for electricity. I got a rocking chair rocking on my front porch. I got an old hound dog to keep me company. I got everything I want, all I'll ever need. Son, the best things in life I find are free, I believe. The best things in life I find are free.
Mr. Bo Roberts.
Thank y'all. I'm going to send this next song out to my second ex-wife. And my second ex-wife was built a little bit different than the rest of them. And I come home from work in the afternoon, and she was on her hands and knees in the kitchen waxing the linoleum. And she had her hind end turned toward me, and I got a good look at it, and I said, boy, girl, that hind end of yours is as broad as a bed on my pickup truck. She didn't say nothing, just kind of looked over her shoulder and gave me a dirty look. I got another angle at it, and I went, damn, woman, that hind end of yours is broader than the header on my combine. She didn't say nothing, just kind of looked over her shoulder and glared at me. That night we was getting ready to go to bed, and I got to feeling a little frisky. I said, hey, Mama, you want to mess around a little bit? She said, if you think I'm going to crank up all this heavy machinery to shuck one little old ear of corn, you out of your damn mind. And I sure do miss that old girl. But she had something that turned me on. Baby, you can move me with just a blink of your eye. Every time you touch me, you make my temperature rise. And when I reach my boiling point, ready or not, here I come, girl, you're just too hot. You got something about you, baby, that really turns me on. You got something about you, baby, that really turns me on. That's something about you, baby, it won't leave me alone. All that I can think about night and day, me and you together rolling round in the hay. You got something about you, baby, that really turns me on. Here comes Jody Payne, y'all. Here comes Freebo, y'all. Now I can't put my finger on it, but I know that it's there. Might be the smell of your perfume, could be the clothes that you wear. You know it really doesn't matter, I don't care what it is. I'll spend forever loving you like this. You got something about you, baby, that really turns me on. You got something about you, baby, that really turns me on. That something about you, baby, it won't leave me alone. Now all that I can think about night and day, me and you together rolling round in the hay. You got something about you, baby, that really turns me on. You got something about you, baby, that really turns me on. Thank you.
Mr. Bo Roberts.